Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Young here and welcome to a Metal Gear Solid 5 news update. The following information comes from IGN's gameplay impressions of the 20 minutes demo they saw of the Phantom Pain at E3 2014. Now this was a closed doors demonstration, so unfortunately I don't have any footage to show from it, but I do have some new information to share with you guys. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. As expected, the gameplay demo takes place in Afghanistan, with the mission being to find intel on Kaz's location and eventually rescue him. Throughout the demo, IGN pointed out a number of cool features, first of which was the return of the Fulton recovery system. Now in past games, Fultons would be used to recruit personnel, but in Phantom Pain they can also be used on objects like crates and vehicles, along with animals like sheep. And this time, anything that is skyhooked via the Fulton recovery system will make an appearance in the fully interactable base of operations. Speaking of the base, players can choose to chopper their way back to base at any point in the game and wander around the base. IGN noted that as the player wandered around Diamond Dogs during the presentation, they spotted some of the things that they extracted via Fulton, from soldiers, vehicles, and yes, even the sheep. The base itself is also very much alive, as IGN reports spotting things like soldiers sparring each other or practicing in the shooting range. Players will even be able to spot and interact with key members of Diamond Dogs, amongst them being Ocelot, who IGN spotted looking out into the sunset. Now, players don't just get to see their base grow, they get to interact with it. One example that IGN gave includes the ability for players to spar with any of the recruits to increase their level. That's actually pretty cool. After talking about the base, the article then shifted their attention to Afghanistan once again. They were very impressed by the many ways players could approach objectives non-lethally. One particular move that they found useful was Snake's ability to knock on his own prosthetic arm. That's right folks, you no longer need a wall to lure guards. This new luring technique can be performed at any time and at any place, making luring more versatile and more intuitive than ever before. Another feature that IGN highlighted was the day and night cycle and the real-time weather system. They talked about how a sandstorm kicked in at some point in the trailer, which while obstructed the player's vision, it also allowed him to hide from enemies easier. The article then talked about the cardboard box. In past games, players could only use the cardboard box to hide in plain sight from enemies, but in Phantom Pain, the item's capabilities have been expanded to be more useful than ever before. We saw a few days ago that Snake can now pop out the top of the box to engage targets, and pop back in as if he were never there. In this demo, one other new feature of the cardboard box was revealed. You know how in past games, if guards got suspicious of the box disguise or if guards spotted Snake moving around in the box, Snake would pretty much be screwed? Well, in Phantom Pain, when a guard becomes suspicious of the box, players have the option to swiftly dive out the box and into cover, leaving the box behind as a decoy. And even when guards aren't suspicious, players can leave the box anywhere on purpose to lure attention to a particular location. Basically, what was once a major disadvantage of the cardboard box, drawing suspicion, can now be used to the player's advantage. Pretty awesome stuff. Another item that received an upgrade is the support marker from Peace Walker. In addition to being able to be used for an airstrike or for supplies, players can now use this item to call a team to scope out the area before infiltrating it, allowing players to gain information on placement of enemies and points of interest. In other words, the team will mark targets for you. Last but not least, one final bit of new information that the article revealed, and this is probably the most important of them all, is that Snake's horse, wait for it, takes craps in the middle of missions. I kid you not, according to IGN, horses can actually take craps in this game. Name me one game that features something as next generation as this. Yeah, I thought so. So there you have it ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. So to summarize, Fultons can now extract both people and things. Diamond Dogs is a living and interactable hub. Soldiers can be trained. Snake can now knock on his prosthetic arm to lure guards. The day and night cycle and real-time weather will have dramatic impacts on stealth gameplay. The cardboard box can be used to lure as much as it can be used to hide. And last but not least, horses will take occasional shits. What do you guys make of these new features? Be sure to let our nation know in the comments below. And to be further updated on Metal Gear Solid 5, be sure to join the nation and subscribe to Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much, and Young out.